And the politics over Maharashtra's Deputy Chief Ministerial post continues to simmer as late Maharashtra Deputy Chief Minister Ajit Pawar's wife, Sunetra Pawar, gets ready to take oath. Uncle Sharad Pawar has also broken his silence for the very first time. Sharad Pawar has now clearly stated that for the past 4 months, Ajit Pawar and Patel discussed the issue of a merger between both the factions of the NCP. But now, after the unfortunate incident, it seems that the process will be discontinued.
तय किया होगा तो उनसे पार्टी ने तय किया होगा और जो अखबार में आया है इसे लगता है कि पार्टी ने कुछ तय किया है क्योंकि कुछ लोगों का नाम आया है जैसे प्रफुल पटेल जैसे तत्करे जो उन्होंने इनिशिएटिव लिया यानी इनके पार्टी ने इंटरनल कुछ न कुछ तय किया होगा.
And NCP SP Chief Sharad Pawar told media that he had no idea about Sunetra Pawar being sworn in as the Maharashtra Deputy Chief Minister and that he has not been consulted in the decision. The senior Pawar said he learnt about the developments only through newspaper reports. Sharad Pawar further asserted that key political decisions were being taken by senior leaders of the rival NCP faction in Mumbai without his involvement. He said that Praful Patel and Sunil Tatkare have taken the initiative to make some decisions on their own, and the cracks clearly visible as everyone pretends all is well as far as the two factions is concerned. But one thing is clear so far, that the merger has been put on the back burner.
हमें आमदारों को सभी आज 2 बजे विधान भवन में बुलाया गया है और रीज़न हमें एक्चुअली बताया नहीं गया है, लेकिन जहाँ तक माध्यमों से और आप लोगों से पता चला है, मीडिया से पता चला है कि सुनेत्रा वहिनी का नाम को हम एज अ ग्रुप लीडर को आगे बढ़ाने के लिए आज वो मीटिंग रखी गई है. और अगर ये मीटिंग इसीलिए रखी गई है तो हम एज अ कार्यकर्ता और हम पार्टी के जितने भी लोग हैं, जैसे हम देख रहे थे लगातार 2 दिन से यही मांग आ रही थी हमारे कार्यकर्ताओं हमारे कैडर के बीच में कि सुनेत्रा वहिनी को दादा के जगह पे लाया जाए, उनको डेप्यूटी सीएम बनाया जाए. तो इसलिए जो हो रहा है तो हमें ऐसा लगता है कि ये सिर्फ और सिर्फ एक मतलब एक समझदारी है, क्योंकि हमें आने वाले दिनों में महाराष्ट्र को अगर कोई एक लीडर चुनना है, राष्ट्रवादी कांग्रेस पार्टी सत्ता में उनके साथ है, सत्ता में साथ होते हुए हमें अपना एक लीडर चुनना है. तो सुनेत्रा वहिनी एक ऐसी शख्स है जो सिर्फ और सिर्फ भावनाओं को नहीं लेकिन सामाजिक और पॉलिटिकल का भी बहुत सारा नॉलेज रखती है. उनके माहिर हो गया या ससुराल हो गया, दोनों जगह वो हमेशा पॉलिटिक्स देखती आई हैं और सामाजिक कार्य में हमेशा बारामती में हमने देखा है बहुत एक्टिव रोल, चाहे वो महिलाओं के लिए चाहे वो युवकों के लिए हो. तो इस तरीके से अब वो पूरा एक्सपोजर उनको महाराष्ट्र में और महाराष्ट्र को जो उनके सोशल वर्क और पॉलिटिकल एक्सपीरियंस जितना भी उन्होंने अभी तक लिया है उसका एडवांटेज ज़रूर होगा, ये हमारा भी मानना है. और हमारा राष्ट्रवादी कांग्रेस पार्टी का कैडर पूरी तरीके से उनको उनकी ही मांगती है और उनको अपनाता है. और हमें ऐसा लगता है कि दादा की जगह कोई ले तो नहीं सकता, लेकिन उनके बेटर हाफ को जब आगे बढ़ाया जा रहा है तो ज़रूर ये निश्चित है कि हमारी वहिनी इसी तरीके से जिस तरीके से दादा ने हमें प्यार और संभाल के रखा था उसी तरीके से संभाल के रखेंगे.
The disclosure comes amid intense political activity in Maharashtra following Ajit Pawar's death. Ahead of the oath-taking ceremony, NCP MLAs have now been called to Vidhan Bhavan but have not been told the reason for their summons just as yet. Sources suggest that Pawar family is not in favor of waiting for some more time. One faction of the Pawar family believes that this decision should have been taken after the 13-day mourning period for Ajit Pawar. However, the other faction believes that there is a political vacuum and that vacuum needs to be filled immediately. Sources say that Sunetra Pawar and her sons were in contact with other members of the Pawar family until the immersion of the ashes, but they left for Mumbai from Baramati on Friday night without informing Sharad Pawar. One thing is clear, the patch-up of both factions of the NCP is not happening, at least right now. And after the results of the municipal poll in Mumbai and 29 other municipalities, a meeting was held between both leaders of NCP factions on 17th of January, where perhaps the decision was made to bring the factions together. But as I mentioned earlier, that decision has now been put on the back burner. And during the earlier meeting, final discussions on the merger took place. A video that has emerged now shows leaders including Rajesh Tope, Jayant Patel, Harshvardhan Patel, along with others from the Sharad Pawar faction, attending meeting with the two NCP stalwarts also in attendance. Meanwhile, senior NCP leader Sunil Tatkare has refused to comment on Sharad Pawar's statement. He said that his party leaders are having a meeting today, or are meeting today rather, to elect their leader in the assembly, and the chief minister has been informed about the same.
एक तरफ बैठक है, दूसरी तरफ शरद पवार जी बयान दे रहे हैं कि उन्हें इस कुछ चीज़ मालूम नहीं है किस तरह से फैसला लिया
इसके बारे में मैं कुछ टिप्पणी नहीं करना चाहता हूँ। आज हमारे राष्ट्रवादी कांग्रेस पार्टी की विधायक दल की मीटिंग वहाँ पे है, उसमें आज निर्णय किया जाएगा। उसके बारे में हम राज्य के मुख्यमंत्री जी जो उनका अधिकार है उनको इसके बारे में हम अवगत करेंगे।
And a meeting of the top party leaders is expected to be held at the NCP office, including Praful, Patel, Sunil, Tatkare and other top leaders are likely to be in attendance. On the other hand, NCP SP faction is also holding a meeting in Baramati with senior leaders like Sharad Pawar, Supriya Sule, Rohit Pawar attending the meeting to discuss the next course of action, as a merger seems distant possibility for now.
हो सकता है अभी वो कार्याध्यक्ष है, लेकिन एक बात समझ में नहीं आती कि ये कोई संवैधानिक पद नहीं था कि जिसे कुछ दिनों के लिए रिक्त नहीं रखा जा सकता। जिस तरह से राष्ट्रपति पद हो, प्रधानमंत्री हो, मुख्यमंत्री हो, इन पदों को रिक्त नहीं रखा जा सकता। उप मुख्यमंत्री एक मंत्री का पद होता है। तो अभी तो 3 ही दिन हुए थे, कल ही रक्षा विसर्जन हुआ और काफ़ी महाराष्ट्र में अलग अलग इमोशनल वीडियोज़ जो है सोशल मीडिया पर देखने को मिले, लोग अपनी भावनाएं व्यक्त कर रहे थे। तो जल्दी का कारण क्या हो सकता है, ये तो वही लोग बता सकते हैं जिन्होंने इतनी जल्दबाजी में निर्णय लिया है। मैं कह रहा हूं आपको कि 2 महीने दादा कहाँ थे, क्या थे और किससे चर्चा कर रहे थे। अगर रोहित जी पवार के साथ बैठकर बारामती हॉस्टल पर, जो आपके माध्यम से हमने देखा है चैनलों पर, मीडिया में, उनकी चर्चा जिला पंचायत में सीटें बंटवारे को लेकर चल रही थी। कहीं कहीं कांग्रेस की भी चर्चा शरद पवार जी के राष्ट्रवादी गुट के साथ चल रही थी।
महाराष्ट्र के पूर्व उप मुख्यमंत्री अजीत पवार की पत्नी सुनेत्रा पवार इस वक्त मुंबई के इसी देवगिरी बंगले में पहुंच चुकी हैं। बीती रात वो यहां पर मुंबई पहुंची और लगभग ये तय माना जा रहा है कि बतौर महिला वो राज्य की पहली उप मुख्यमंत्री बनने जो है जा रही हैं। अब से कुछ ही देर बाद 2 बजे जो है विधान भवन में तमाम एनसीपी के विधायक दल की बैठक होगी, जिसके बाद उनके नाम के आगे आखिरी मुहर जो है वो लग जाएगी और शाम तकरीबन 5 बजे इनकी उप मुख्यमंत्री पद की शपथ लेने की जानकारी जो है वो सामने आ रही है। लेकिन बहरहाल अभी सीएम डिपार्टमेंट से या सीएमओ से या जो पार्टी की ओर से राज्यपाल को कोई सूचना जो है वो दी नहीं गई है और महाराष्ट्र के राज्यपाल आचार्य देवव्रत इस वक्त मुंबई से बाहर हैं, लेकिन दोपहर तक लौटने की उम्मीद जो है वो जताई जा रही है। तस्वीर में इस वक्त देख सकते हैं किस तरीके से जो बीती रात सुनीता पवार, उनके बेटे जो है पार्थ पवार और जय, दोनों जन यहाँ पर इस वक्त पहुँचे हुए थे और इस वक्त तमाम हलचलें इस बंगलों पर शुरू हो चुकी है। यही वो बंगला है अजीत पवार का, जहाँ पर जब बतौर डिप्टी सीएम जिन्होंने शपथ ली थी तो सरकारी निवास स्थान जो है तमाम मंत्रियों को अलॉट की जाती है। देवगिरी पर इस वक्त सुनीता पवार मौजूद हैं और अब से कुछ ही देर बाद यहाँ से वो विधान भवन जाएंगी। और सुनीता पवार के बारे में चर्चा ये भी है कि उन्हें एनसीपी के राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष की कमान जो है वो भी सौंप जाएगी, जिस पद पर अजीत पवार बैठे थे। ऐसे में अब चर्चाओं का बाजार उस वक्त गर्म हो चुका है जब शरद पवार ने ये बयान दिया कि कल तक सुनीता पवार उनके साथ थी, लेकिन कल रात से वो डिप्टी सीएम बनने जा रही हैं, इस बात की उनको जानकारी नहीं है। देखिए, अब जब सुनीता पवार डिप्टी सीएम बनने जा रही हैं तो परिवार में मतभेद की खबरें जो हैं वो सामने आ रही है। उसका बयान खुद शरद पवार जो है वो दे रहे हैं। शरद पवार के घर पे भी इस वक्त बातचीत चल रही है कि आखिर कब पार्टी का विलय होना है। हालांकि पार्टी विलय होने की, दोनों पार्टी मर्ज होने की बात बहुत पहले भी से चल रही थी और शरद पवार के बयान के मुताबिक आगामी 12 तारीख को इसका औपचारिक ऐलान होना था। लेकिन उससे पहले जिस तरह से अजीत पवार का देहांत हुआ, उसके बाद अब सुनीता पवार राज्य की नई महिला उप मुख्यमंत्री बनने जा रही हैं। तो ऐसे में पार्टी आखिर कब विलय होगी, इस पर आखिरी मुहर कौन लगाएगा, ये देखना बड़ा दिलचस्प हो गया।
Right, joining me on the show is my colleague Brijesh Pandey. Brijesh, looks like there is a vacuum now as a result of the untimely death of Ajit Pawar, and Sunetra Pawar, wife of late leader Ajit Pawar, is all set to fill that vacuum. She is ready to take up the mantle of leadership.
So it's all final that today Sunetra Pawar at 5 o'clock will take oath as the next Deputy Chief Minister of Maharashtra. Yesterday, all the senior leadership of NCP Ajit Pawar went and met Maharashtra Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis. Praful Patel was there, Sunil Tatkare was there, and other senior leaders were there. And they have conveyed to Devendra Fadnavis that their choice is Sunetra Pawar, and there's no discussion on it. Fadnavis extended all cooperation and said that he's absolutely fine with it. And this is when this particular decision was taken. And last night, Sunetra Pawar flew from Baramati to Mumbai. And today at around 2 o'clock, the meeting of NCP MLAs is going to take place, in which Sunetra Pawar is going to be elected as the legislative leader of the legislative party. And after that, at around 5, the oath-taking ceremony will take place. Now, it is going to be very interesting. Her elevation as the Deputy Chief Minister is going to be very interesting. It comes at the backdrop of tragic demise of her husband, Ajit Pawar, who's a political stalwart as far as Maharashtra politics is concerned. But Sunetra Pawar's experience in politics is not that much. She's inexperienced. In 2024, she came into political limelight when she took on her sister-in-law, Supriya Sule, and she lost the battle and later on was sent to Rajya Sabha. So that's her limited political experience. But she has been active as far as social work is concerned, and she has been pretty active as far as Baramati area and the social work related to that is concerned. She comes from a political family. She was married into a political family. But many people, many experts are saying that her inexperience in real-time politics is something which is not going to be much of a concern. She will be guided by a set of leaders as far as NCP is concerned. And also she has, Sharad Pawar to look forward to as far as his cooperation is concerned. So many believe that this is not going to be any issue or any challenge whatsoever.
All right. There have been, of course, more developments there, because Sharad Pawar has also now come out openly saying that he's no idea whether Sunetra Pawar is going to be sworn in as the Deputy Chief Minister. What about the talks of the merger? Because the talks of the merger were out and open in the last couple of hours, but it looks like to us, prima facie, that the talks of the merger are now on the back burner and the merger is unlikely anytime soon.
Now, what has happened is that in the morning, Sharad Pawar did a press conference, and it kind of gave a picture of how exactly things look like as far as this merger is concerned. He expressed his surprise and expressed his ignorance about the elevation of Sunetra Pawar taking oath as the next Deputy Chief Minister. He said that he was not consulted on it, and he said that this decision seems to have been taken by Praful Patel, Chhagan Bhujbal, Sunil Tatkare, and other leaders. So he made it very, very clear that he was not consulted on as far as the candidature of Sunetra Pawar is concerned. He also admitted that yes, there were talks of merger between him and Ajit Pawar, and very soon a public gathering, a large public gathering was supposed to take place in which this particular announcement was to be made. But going by the tone and tenor and the start of Sharad Pawar's press conference by saying that he was not in the loop about the decision to make Sunetra Pawar is concerned, I think this has kind of queered the pitch as far as the merger of NCP, both factions of NCP is concerned. The other important question which was there is, what will happen to Sharad Pawar's politics and legacy if the merger takes place? Now, once the merger takes place, then NCP will, whether it will still be part of Mahayuti or not. And it's highly unlikely that any party which is there as a part of the ruling coalition is going to let go of it. And therein lies the million-dollar question is whether Sharad Pawar at the fag end of his political career will go and side with the Bharatiya Janata Party. So this was one important question which was there in everyone's mind. But chances of merger now looks a bit dicey. It'll be very interesting to see how the next 48 hours to 72 hours span and what Sharad Pawar has to say about this merger, which just before the demise of Ajit Pawar seemed a done deal, a certain deal.
All right. Let's assume for a minute that the merger does go ahead and the announcement is made likely in the next couple of weeks. Where does that lead the alliance and the collision politics in Maharashtra?
They are saying that that they have no role to play whatsoever if the merger takes place or that the merger doesn't take place. But there's a section of India Alliance which also feels that if the merger takes place, then they lose a big leader in the form of Sharad Pawar. Though Sharad Pawar's political clout right now is somewhat diminished, but they still believe that Sharad Pawar has the stature to make sure that the other leaders within the India Alliance would listen to him in case of a crisis. So he was able to smoothen ruffled feathers as far as India Alliance is concerned, and his voice was one which was respected by all and sundry, whether it was Samajwadi Party or Mamata Banerjee and others. So there was a lot of respect. So that is the reason why all eyes are on the merger, because Sunetra Pawar's candidature as DCM is now all a done deal. So there's no speculation about it, and honestly, there was no surprise also as far as her candidature is concerned. What we have been also given to understand is that there's also talk of Hassan Parth Pawar to be sent as a Rajya Sabha MP and Sunetra Pawar to contest from Ajit Pawar's constituency. And what we have been also given to understand is that no political party is going to field any candidate against her as a mark of respect to Ajit Pawar. But apart from the elevation or candidature of Sunetra Pawar as the next Deputy Chief Minister, all eyes are now going to be about the merger, whether the merger takes place or not. What happens if the merger takes place? Will Sharad Pawar quit his lifelong legacy and side with the BJP? And what will happen to the India Alliance if the merger does take place and Sharad Pawar switch side?